What about yourself? Is there any quotes that you've recently come across, or is there any one same quote that you keep saying to your delegates or friends or people that are sort of you're chatting to? Anything that you can sort of pass on, and the meaning behind them is really important.
So my quote, well, it's not my quote, but the quote I like, it's actually kind of in line with a book that we were just talking about. And there's a quote which is something like, if you chase two rabbits, you won't catch either one. And, again, it ties back to the whole conversation we just had, which is a lot of the time you're trying to do so many different things at the same time that you're all over the place. And, like the quote says, if you try to chase two rabbits, you're not going to catch either one. And it happens all the time. I do it all the time. A lot of people do it all the time, which is you get an opportunity and you want to go after every single one. And you end up taking too much on. And, what happens is now you're giving everything 10% of your attention as opposed to maybe 50 or 60%. And obviously, if you spend less time doing that one thing, it's going to take you a lot longer to get good at that one thing. And, I think in business, if you're very, very good at some aspects, that's probably better than being okay at a whole bunch of things. That's kind of my take. So that's, when I was doing service accommodation, a lot of people who get into the property space, they end up doing service accommodation, buy-to-lets, HMOs, commercial conversion, development. And now their mental focus is on 5 different things. And the way you analyze a deal is different. And the way you raise money is slightly different because it's a different type of project. And there's so many differences within the same industry that your mental focus is now on 5 different things, which is very, very hard to do. So I like to stay at one thing at a time until I'm ready with that one thing. And then I'll move on to the next. I want to give my energy to that one thing. And then I'll move on once I feel like I'm good enough. That I'll sort of go to the next, as opposed to, burn my energy trying to do 5 things at the same time.
100%. And talking about service accommodation, rental accommodation, that fits nicely in with targeting your ideal customer. If you have a property and you try and appeal to everybody, then again, you're going to appeal to nobody because you're not focusing on what your property, your guest house, your hotel, your service accommodation, the plus points of it, which is key to a lot of this. And what you're saying is key to what a lot of people in this series of the Boost Hospitality podcast have been talking about, which is good. I like to see that there's a lot of tangents between each guest and everybody that's come on. Talking about guests, and this series, we've been very fortunate to have a lot of online personalities. We've had people from all areas of service accommodation, people who've got big followings, little followings. Now for yourself, you've got a really good Instagram account. You've got a very good social media presence. Your personal brand is awesome on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. But who do you look up to? Who do you follow? Who do you try and replicate, I guess, in everything that you're doing in the business world?
Yeah, so purely from a business point of view, I think Gary Vaynerchuk is probably one of the best. I don't know if you follow Gary Vaynerchuk or not. Because see, a lot of business people who are good on social media, they were already famous, and then they also do social media. Gary Vaynerchuk is one of those people where he made himself from social media. So he wasn't already famous and then he jumped on social media. It's like he built himself, he made himself famous using social media. So I think if you're going to try to replicate someone and you want to achieve similar results, whatever they are, I think those sort of people are probably better to model than someone who was already famous. Because if someone was already famous, they can put out something at the wrong time and the wrong picture, and they'll still get likes and comments purely because of their real fame.